Hello, my name is Ruben Cabrera, and today I will be sharing with you what I have learned from watching the movie Dinosaur from Disney. Before I share with you the scene that I'm going to share with you, I will be summarizing the movie a bit, so be aware I will be giving out spoilers if you haven't watched the movie. Aladar, the main character of this movie, has led two elderly dinosaurs to a cave for safety and has brought along Bruton. Bruton was a lieutenant for the Dinosaur Kron, and he has also allowed Bruton to join him in the cave for safety. And what I mean by safety, the dinosaurs, other dinosaurs were being led by a leader named Kron. Kron has been leading a huge group of dinosaurs to safety to a promised land. Why a promised land? Because in the beginning of the movie, a bunch of meteors hit Earth, or hit their planet, and has destroyed their homes. So they are now on a journey to go to a land where there is plenty of water and food, many resources for them to be in a comfortable position, But the methods of Kron do not work for everybody. His leadership, the way he expresses his leadership, doesn't do well for the whole herd. He follows the philosophy, or his method of leading the herd is that only the strong survive. Any of the weak will be left behind to die, and any of the weak will be left behind to die, to be eaten by predators or of old age, etc. He will not wait for them, he will continue moving. And according to him, that is faith, that is how nature works, that is the law of nature. Only the strong survive, and those that are weak will not make it. And that is the will of nature. But Aladar becomes aware of this, and he does not follow his philosophy, his way of working things, and he decides, and as Kron pushes forward, the two elderly dinosaurs are not able to maintain the pace, and Aladar decides to wait for them. Aladar decides to lead the two elderly to safety, to the promised land on his own. He takes responsibility for those two dinosaurs because he follows a model that everybody should work as a team. And throughout their journey, as Aladar is leading the two elderly, he finds Bruton. He finds Bruton severely injured. Bruton has been injured by two huge meat-eating dinosaurs, and he is just left behind and injured. And then right after that, Aladar finds a cave because it starts raining, and in order for them to stay safe and dry, Aladar guides the herd, the small herd he is with, the two elderly dinosaurs and his family of lemurs, into a cave to stay dry and safe. And he tells Bruton that if he wants to join them, he can. And eventually Bruton does join them. And now this is where the scene I'm going to share with you takes place.
Why is he doing this? Pushing them on with false hope.
It's hope that's gotten us this far.
But why doesn't he let them accept their fate? I've accepted mine.
And what is your fate?
To die here. It's the way things are.
Only if you give up, Bruton. It's your choice, not your fate. The plant will help.
Now, before I summarize the meaning behind this scene, I ask of you to share with us, what do you believe is the meaning behind this scene? What is the message? What did you learn? I want to know your perspective. Please share it with us, the viewers, and myself on the comments below. Now, as you saw in the scene, Bruton tells Plio. Plio is the mother of Aladar. Plio is the lemur. Bruton tells Plio, what is he doing? Why is he doing this? Pushing them on with false hope. And then Plio replies, it's hope that has gotten us this far. Bruton, why doesn't he let them accept their fate? I've accepted mine. Plio, and what is your fate? Bruton, to die here. to die here. It's the way things are. And then Pleo replies by saying, only if you give up, Bruton. It is your choice, not your fate. So this is a scene that I wanted to share with you. I believe it is a message and I believe it's a message for the viewers, that whenever we are in a position where we feel like it is the end, it is fate, this is our fate, that this is how things are meant to be and we cannot change this. Well, Pleo is saying that you can break that rule, that it doesn't have to go that way, that you decide when things are over, that you decide your faith. That faith is constructed, I believe, in your mind. You know, it is your choices that lead to your fate. If the outside obstacles make you feel like this is your fate, and by outside obstacles, I mean I'm sharing this in the examples that they gave us. Bruton said, I feel like Bruton's saying that he accepted his fate, that he is going to die here because he is in a cave, he is severely injured, and he is not gonna have a chance to survive. But if you continue watching the movie, if you haven't watched the movie, Pleo gives him a plant that is able to heal those wounds. And Pleo tells him, well, this plant will heal you. And by that, she's saying that, see, you have a chance, you have a possibility to make your choice. Are you going to continue believing that this is your faith, that this is where you are going to die? Or, I have this plan here that if you use it to heal your wounds, you're giving yourself a fighting chance, a winning chance. Now if he would have changed his, if he would have changed his mindset, that he could continue moving forward to figure out another way, he might. But if he just decides, well, nothing, he's not going to open any doors, no other possibilities to give himself a surviving chance. Because if he makes up his mind that this is where he's going to die, most likely this is going to die unless an outside source really, pushes him, that is more powerful than him, or he is pressured to survival by another dinosaur or another event. But I kind of confused myself here. But the message here is that I believe that if you're in a position where you feel like fate, this is your fate, well, Pleo is saying that, I believe she's saying that you shouldn't allow these things to, that you make your faith. You make your faith by taking choices. You may believe this is your faith, but if you make a few changes to what is going on in the situation you're in, you can create a new faith, a different faith. You decide your faith. You decide when it is time for you to give up and when it is time for you to continue moving forward. And in this example, as the movie is, they give us that example, that it is not, that faith doesn't decide where things end, that we decide. We are the captain of our ship. We make choices. It may feel like, whenever you're in a position where you feel like you are powerless and you feel like you have no action, remember this scene. Maybe remember this scene. Whenever you feel like you're in a position where you feel like you cannot make no choices, this is how things are meant to be, then maybe Pleo says that you are wrong, that you decide when things are over, you decide when to give up, you decide what to do, but your decisions are limited, your decisions are not limited, and your imagination is not limited. You limit yourself by deciding, by making choices, and those choices could be by making decisions by, if you tell yourself that this is not where you are going to die, then you might come, you're you're going to come up with ideas, or you're going to make action or take decisions that are going to allow you to continue moving forward. But if you tell yourself this is where it's going to end, then it's most likely going to end. But if you keep pushing forward, if you're just gonna keep striving, then you're giving yourself a fighting chance compared to someone who is not willing to give themselves a fighting chance. Something you can do to free yourself from feeling that this is fate, this is where it ends, that you have no other choices, that you don't have a winning chance, is to remind yourself why you're doing it. Who are you doing it for? What will happen if you allow yourself to give up? What impact are you going to make? Is there any people depending on you? What will happen if you decide to quit? Will anything bad happen? Will it create a chain of events that will lead to hurting others, or impacting others in a negative way? What will happen if you continue moving forward? Will you help the people you are trying to help, or will you grow? Who are depending on you? Why are you doing this? Will you impact any other people if you continue moving forward in a great positive way? And are you gonna give up on other people? Because if you give up, you might see it in different perspectives. One way could be that you're giving up on other people as well, because if people depend on you or your team depends on you to succeed, you're giving up on them because you're giving up on yourself. And so that may be one way to remind yourself why you're doing things. In a position where you feel like you are stranded, be willing to ask others for help. There's people out there that may be able to help you, especially if they've been in a situation where you are currently in. Ask for help. Sometimes reaching for help is one of the things that you may not think of doing, but it actually, you're just like, wow, it was this simple, all I had to do was this. And it's like, yeah, that's all you had to do. You were in a situation where you were full of stress, overwhelmed, and there's somebody that has already solved that problem. And by asking for help, you're gonna be like, wow, I worried so much and I lost hope. I allowed myself to give up, and I never realized that it was this simple, or I just had to make a few changes. So in a position where you're feeling like this is your faith, that this is the end, in a position where you feel like you are lost, ask for help and remind yourself why you're doing these things. If you haven't watched the movie, watch the movie. It is a great movie for you to watch. It gives us two examples of leadership. It gives us an example of Kron and an example of Aladar. I will not be summarizing these examples because I want you to watch the movie for yourself. It is a great movie. It shares with us, what could we, whenever we feel like we're in a position where we cannot move forward, they give us ideas that, the type of mentality that we can apply to ourselves, that will give us a fighting chance, a survival chance, a chance to win, to keep moving forward. That whenever we feel like we have no hope, we can apply a certain type of mindset that will allow us to keep moving forward. That if we allow our visions to die, then we die. But if we create visions, if we create dreams, we won't die. By creating visions, we can continue moving forward. A quote from Jim Rohn is, without visions, we perish. So I believe that they share with us that, you must continue moving forward, have somebody that is willing to push forward, and somebody that has dreams, somebody that visualizes a future ahead of them. Because if you do not visualize a better future for yourself, then you are going to perish. But if you are that someone, you can guide your team towards success. You can guide them, and compared to somebody who has no dream or visions for a better future. If you found this video useful, please share with somebody that will learn or benefit from watching this video, or watch the movie. It is a great movie. It is a good, nice family movie. It is intense with action, and it's movies with dinosaurs. And yeah, all I ask of you is to share the story. Thank you.